I'm just going to jump right into this, as I've been absolutely terrified by my last passenger this early morning. This interaction nearly caused me to quit Cerber, and that option is still heavily being considered. I decided to park myself on Tesla Road in Livermore. I thought it might be a good idea to see if I could get any weird hits from the local laboratory. Let me tell you, curiosity very nearly killed the cat this time. I mounted my phone on the dash, set out an available signal, and listened to some Angel Vivaldi, making some music videos in my head. I gazed out at the dark landscape of hills and wineries. Everything was drenched in darkness, turgid with the smell of warm, wet grass. If I had a desire for any type of companionship, I may take them here for a picnic with snacks and champagne. It was so quiet and calm outside. After about an hour of shower thoughts and 2 albums of instrumental metal, I get a request from someone named Goat. I knew a guy that was named Goat, and wondered if it was the same guy. I'd not be surprised if it turns out that I knew someone who was actually paranormal. They tend to fit in amongst the masses just fine without being detected. I make my way to the Carnegie campground, which is technically on the same road. When I pull up to the entry gate, there was a 7-foot figure standing in front of it. My headlight shined on what appeared to be a tall man with a goat's head. Yes, this disturbed me greatly and set the tone for the rest of the evening. The smell of copper lay thick in the air as I rolled down the window. Goat? He let out a deep, inhuman giggle. I shrunk to about 3 inches tall from the response as he got in the car. The destination was not far off, but the road I had to take was one way for part of the destination with no streetlights. Super. I didn't speak to him as he buckled up. I glanced in my rearview mirror to see that his eyes were milky white, horns scraping the top of my roof. Whispers emanated from around us, jittering, threatening monologue into my ears. The whispers are as follows.
He's still out there. He watches you. You're never alone.
For the first time in my entire life, I was scared speechless.
Have you ever wondered what your own liver tastes like? Curious things live in your walls. So curious. So hungry. Houses don't settle. Neither do the dead.
Most of it was unintelligible. The whispers varied from a child's voice to low growls you may hear from a bear. Voices overlapping and fighting for center stage. I'm almost too afraid to glance back and check on my passenger. Almost. I ignore my instincts and see that Goat has his head right next to mine. I can feel his hot, rancid breath hitting my shoulder. I start shaking and he laughs that same threatening laugh. The whispers continue closer than before. My eyes snap back to the road and I nearly missed a creature crawling towards my car. I slam on my brakes, yanking the steering wheel to the right, avoiding tumbling off the cliff. I stop about 8 feet in front of a pile of something. It had vacant sockets where eyes belonged, blood dried on the side of its caved-in head, stringy brown hair draped over its face that revealed an agonizing and vengeful expression. The lower half of its body was gone, dragging a set of hip bones and entrails behind it, crawling rapidly towards my car. It didn't look at all decomposed, which is a scary thought. I couldn't move. I let out a scream as it slammed a sticky hand onto my car, and just like that, it disappeared. The whispering stopped. Everything, crickets and wind included, had silenced. The only thing I could hear was myself breathing and my heart thumping. I couldn't believe what had just transpired in a matter of seconds. I leaned in, trying to find that ghastly mess that vanished. Nothing was there. I sat back in my seat with my arms folded over my chest, head cocked, completely flabbergasted. Just as my nerves started to recoil, slam!
You will know suffering as well.
The face and hands of this half-melted humanoid were pressed against my driver's side window as it spoke in waterboard, choking on its own words.
You will know pain.
I couldn't help it. A scream crept from the bottom of my toes, travelled all the way up my spine, and exploded against the window whilst I covered my ears from my own verbal reaction. My pride. My poor, poor ego. I heard a guttural laugh come from behind me. My eyes shot to the back seat whilst I white-knuckled my steering wheel. Goat was obviously the one laughing, but he wasn't moving. No chest heaving, no knee slapping, no movement whatsoever. He was staring at me, stoic and unfettered by what just happened. Fucking nope! I put my car into drive and peel out towards his destination. The whispers continue with laughter in between. Sneering, giggling, jittering. I was convinced I would be absolutely batshit insane by the time we were done here. I didn't dare look back again. I pull up at Camperoya, which was rooted among the hills surrounding Livermore on a more southwest end. I pull into the vacant gravel lot and put my car in park. I look up to see Goat already standing in front of my car. While I was disturbed by his ability to materialize in front of my vehicle, I was also incredibly relieved that he was no longer in my car. Goat slowly cocks his head to the side, waves at me, and I hear a whisper against my ear for a final time.
Thanks, Jim. This won't be the last time we cross paths.
Goat makes enormous strides from the car to the campgrounds. The moonlight illuminated the hills in a thin sheen that revealed crawling bodies making their way down to where Goat was walking. It's kindred to honking your horn at cows, causing them to walk towards you for food. Except with humanoid bodies crawling like spiders towards the center of their vibrating web. I shriek. Ew, 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 ew. I slam my car into reverse, not even looking back as to avoid any more surprises. Then pull out of the lot as quickly as I can. I keep my eyes forward until I reach my own driveway. The car still has a very faint scent of copper to it, so I jump out of the front seat, salt the entire car, and burn sage until I use the entire bundle. I know, dramatic, but I was not comfortable taking any chances. I don't swear fealty to any sort of spiritualism, not anymore, but I will forever wear a cross around my neck henceforth. I'm done for the night. I'm still trying to rationalize that I have a debt to pay and that I don't have the luxury of quitting now. I can still hear the scorching of that dragging body. I can smell the copper, see the milky eyes. It's all seared into my mind, teaching me what it is to be haunted. I'm not screwing around anymore. I'm calling Ray for a ride along next time. I'd like to see Goat try that shit with Ray in the car. Even if I split the profits right down the middle with him, I'll still be making a ridiculous amount of cash anyway. Stay away from Tesla Road. If you smell copper, it's because he found you, and you're the new plaything.